Hey guys, what's going on? Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty Studio. Really quick video today about something that came out in the news this morning, or at least this is the first time that I saw it. Looking at Channel 31's website here, the headline reads, Madison City Council considering fee that could cost some home buyers more than $10,000. Now, as you can quite well imagine, this has stirred up a lot of controversy today. The folks like me in the industry are looking at this, wondering what is the city of Madison thinking. As a Madison resident, though, I kind of know what they're thinking. So basically, here is the gist of it. Homebuyers in Madison could soon be forced to pay more than $10,000 on a one-time fee if they choose to buy a new home in the city of Madison. The city council is calling this an impact fee. Boy, it will impact. It really will. The Huntsville Area Association of Realtors said the impact fee is not currently in place anywhere in the state. There are 2 beach counties in South Alabama are the only areas in the state where it is in effect. Basically, what this is, for every new home that is being built in the city, if this passes, there will be a $10,985 impact fee. That is money added to the price of the home. Now, impact fees are nothing new. There are certain places around the country that have them, although if this one is passed, according to those in the know, it will be the highest impact fee in the entire country. Shouldn't surprise us on that one. But I think the impetus behind this from the city of Madison, and I certainly can't speak for the city of Madison, is simply this. Every time a home is added and a family moves into it, it impacts the entire city. By that I mean the roads become a little more crowded. The schools become a little more crowded. The infrastructure becomes a little more strained. Now, it's no great secret that the infrastructure here in Madison is already pushed to its limits. I grew up here, been here, gosh, going on 60 years, and very little as far as infrastructure has really changed. They've widened some roads and they've added a few new schools, but other than that, not a lot has really changed. And what's happened is the population has grown exponentially over the years, and the infrastructure in the city has not grown along with it. So there is an impact. Now, the question that I have is an impact fee really the best thing to do in this case? Now, I posted this on Facebook earlier today and just got a ton of comments immediately from folks that are, saying things like, they're doing it to stop growth. They're doing it to weed out folks who can't live here, and those kind of comments, which I don't think is the case. I don't think the city of Madison would put anything in place that would discriminate against someone based on whether or not they could afford a home. Just the home prices alone pretty much kind of does that. But the response has been very sharp. One person from Morgan County thought it was great because they think that it will drive folks from Madison to Morgan County, as it well may. Of course, this brings up a lot more questions than it answers. For example, if it does add $10,000 to the price of a new home, will the builder filter that or factor that $10,000 into their sale price and just raise the price of the house $10,000? Because that's what they do. Builders do not eat costs, folks. They don't absorb cost. They pass that on. So if ordinarily a house was going to be $240,000, is it now going to be $250,000? So either way, the consumer, the home buyer, is the one that ends up paying. It also, you have to think about what it does to appraised values. Now, my friend Stephen Allen from Caliber Home Loans will tell you that I don't think he's ever seen a new build construction not appraise, but everything is subjective, all right? So you never know. Is that going to affect the appraisal? One of the questions I had is this going to be carried over into other homes? All right, I know this is primarily new construction, but what about renovations? Because there's a lot of flip activity that goes on in the city of Madison. If someone is going to remodel and flip a home, are they also going to have to pay that tax or that impact fee, or is it just on new construction? Now, we all know this. Madison is landlocked. There is very little land left in the city of Madison to build on. In fact, one of the trends that we're seeing a lot here at Revolved are builders buying existing homes, knocking them down, and putting up new construction in their place simply because there is no land left to build on here within the city. That's why we're seeing so much growth on the outskirts of the city between Madison and Athens, North Meridianville, East Owens Crossroads. We're seeing a lot of construction there, and that has to do with the fact that Madison is full. So, one of the questions is, rather than do an impact fee, why don't they just limit the number of new builds? Well, when you look at the growth that's going on here and the number of families coming into the area, I saw a statistic recently. Someone said that there's something like 100 new families a week locating to Alabama, to North Alabama. You've got the FBI coming. Blue Origin has just got here. The Toyota plant. There's a lot of relocation coming to this area. So in my mind, I assume the impact fee is not really designed to stagger that growth, because I got to tell you, I think it's going to continue anyway. You can put a $10,000 impact fee on new builds. Those new builds are still going to sell. So it's not really that much of an impact to the consumer who is buying the new builds as it is money because the infrastructure of Madison is impacted. And as someone said in the Facebook group, well, they got to pay for the new stadium somehow. And I'm not saying that's what's going on here. I just thought that was a very clever comment, and I didn't make it, by the way. So I will post a link to the news story here. There was some comments from the Board of Realtors, as you would expect. Gosh, they even got a comment from a lady at a park. Channel 31, you kill me. What does this woman have to do with this story? Today I'm enjoying this park with my granddaughter, so that would be worth it. That would be worth paying $10,000 for a new house. These local TV stations, they do that. You got a pulse, you must have an opinion journalism. Anyway, completely off point. But there's going to be a work session planned to discuss the fee. I'm not entirely convinced that this is a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing, but, if the city is going to grow, someone has to pay for that growth. Someone else in the group said, well, they just should do an annual tax on everyone who lives in the city. Well, let's get everybody else up in arms, right? So what's happened to Madison, my little hometown, is this. It has outgrown itself at such a quick pace that things like this may be necessary to help pay for the infrastructure. I mean, my God, I complain about the roads all the time. The schools are already crowded. What happens is when you have this much growth, the infrastructure can't keep up, the educational system can't keep up. Something has to happen to alleviate that stress, and that usually comes in the form of money. All right. Hey, what is your opinion? Give me a comment below. Are you on board with this? Do you think the impact fee on new construction is fair? Should impact fees also be levied against remodels or even existing homes that are coming back on the market? We're at a 20-year low in inventory right now. What would happen if a fee was added to each one of those homes as well? You're going to see some impact on the real estate as well as the economy. So I'm not convinced it's a bad thing. I'm not convinced it's a good thing. I think there may be other things that they could do. But the fact of the matter is Madison is growing so quickly that things just can't keep up. All right. Drop your comment in below. Let me know what you think. If you're a real estate professional, what impact do you think this is going to have on our economy, on the number of listings you get, on the number of home sales? If you are just a resident looking to move here or buy a new home here, would you be willing to pay that $10,000 premium if it meant you get to live in what I think is the best darn little city in the state? So, okay, give me your opinion below. Let me know what you think. If I can do anything for you, 679-0704. Love to hear what you have to say. Let's get some good old debate going on this. How will this video impact your day. Talk to you soon. Bye.